Welcome to the pod, y'all. Today we're talking about Phillipe Petit. Okay, bye.
Phillipe. Phillipe Petit. He does things in the air. And you're gonna say wow.
And you're gonna say wow. Today we're talking about Phillipe Petit.
Let's go back to 1968 to a French dentist office. InfoDump. So
today's topic. Him, yeah.
Yes. That is who we're talking about. Phillipe Petit.
Just a little guy.
I've mentioned him a lot because I fucking love this guy. And, so every time I mention him, though, I'm just like, he was the guy who walked the Twin Towers on a tightrope. Because that's all I can tell you. Because there's so much information.
For context, I've never heard of this person. I don't know anything.
Which I think is crazy, because I learned about Phillipe Petit. I didn't know his name. I knew the guy who walked the Twin Towers.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah,
in general.
We learned about him near, 9/11, naturally. It was we spent the whole day, singing to the cops and the firemen and stuff, and, how you do in public school.
Yeah.
And then after, it's we got, 45 minutes left of the day, let's do a fun activity, and they're like, let's talk about the guy who walked the Twin Towers that are no longer standing, and we're not going to tell you why.
Yeah, see, we just watched the videos, or, they were, in remembrance, and I don't think they ever talked about that, and if they did talk about Phillipe Petit, it went right over my head.
Alright.
So.
Well. I'm just thinking of the time that we sang these songs every year, and I had no fucking clue what's going on, and I didn't pick up on, context clues very well when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Should have been a sign, but I remember asking my mom, we came home, it was 9/11 was on a Friday, it was sometime in the late 2000s, early 2010s maybe, and we just finished singing to the cops and the firemen and the EMS people, and I was like, yeah, but why are we doing this? It's just what's 9/11? They say it over the loudspeakers in the morning, moment of silence for 9/11. What are we moment of silencing? What's going on?
And then it was we were the last grade that they even showed those things to, because we were born in 2001.
Right?
So they were oh, okay, once you hit middle school, high school age, they were yeah.
Yeah, and I remember being what is going on? And my mom's you've never heard of 9/11?
Yeah.
10 years old, my guy. I don't even know what day of the week it is. It says it on the board every morning.
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm just thinking about the college course that I had to take, where we had to watch that, movie where it was, they didn't realize that they were going to be filming 9/11. They were, documenting, I forget what their names are, but it's, junior firefighters, right before they go to be a firefighter. It was, a documentary on that, and they were filming, the whole, process of how they go through that. And then they were oh, we had a call, and it was in New York, obviously. And then they just pan the camera, and it's the frickin' tower just getting hit. So, yeah, I just remember watching that.
And much less, documentary, meaningful, I'm just thinking of the video of the kids who are having the party, and they just pan to the window, and it's just...
They're, drinking a beer, they're hi, Mom! Yeah. Crazy. Where are they now? Anywho.
Where are they now? That's what this episode is about.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. So Phillipe Petit was in that room.
He traveled in time, and that's how he was able to tightrope walk across, because it was actually time travel.
Yeah, that's it.
So.
Yeah, he was actually a teen in 2001.
Yes.
It's an optical illusion.
It was an optical illusion, yes.
He was a fan of magic.
Oh.
So,
there you go. I didn't even know that.
So, I talk about topics and things at work, too, and I'm Phillipe Petit, y'all know about him? And they're like 2 people have known about him. And one kid was like, I just know that he walked the Twin Towers, and that was about it. And you know what?
So okay. What year was this? Or I'm gonna let you get into it.
So the year that he climbed. He also liked to climb. He was an equestrian. Oh. No. He was not a horse.
He was a horse.
He was not a horse. All right. And now I'm just thinking he was an equestrigal. And he does not like the show Equestronauts, so that's not it. Okay. That's from Bob's Burgers.
Okay, sure.
So he rode horses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's an equestrian, right?
I thought that was the term for like a horse.
No, I feel like someone who is an equestrian like rides horses. I think a horse is an equestrian as well. I think they're synonymous. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Horse girls are just horses.
Yeah, I don't know. Clearly my ignorance is showing. So, whatever.
Well,
Google is right in our pockets.
It's right fucking here, and I'm not going to Google it because I want to talk about Phillipe Petit.
All right, yeah. Let's talk about him. Okay, get to the meat and potatoes.
Okay.
What year did he fucking do this?
1974.
1974.
1974.
That was when my dad was born.
That's really nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents are older, but...
Yeah. So this was 50 years ago?
Yeah, no, I will talk about the 50th anniversary a little while, though. Okay. So he was born in 1949. Okay. In France.
Oh, he's French.
Yes. With a name like Phillipe Petit, I goddamn hope so.
I don't know names, dude.
He was actually Norwegian.
Oh. Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because we were talking about Norway earlier. But yeah, so he was born August 23rd. What zodiac sign is that?
That is Virgo. Yes, that's Virgo. Yes. Because my friend is a Virgo and her birthday's on the 25th. So he's a Virgo. They're very, that sounds Virgo of him.
So Virgo of him. I feel like we're going to say that a lot.
Yeah.
So, growing up in France, he had a tough time in school, so he turned to, like, sleight of hand magic and, like, juggling and performance. Like Houdini? We all do.
He's actually Houdini?
We'll talk about Houdini in another episode. Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll have a magic episode. I have a magic episode we can talk about.
Every episode is magic with you, baby. Dice roll.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee!
Nick says Yahtzee when he comes. Nick says Yahtzee when he comes.
No, isn't that from, like, New Girl?
Yes.
I got it right.
Yes, you did.
I was about to say, like, Modern Girl or some shit.
Speaking of New Girl, remember when I almost met that guy, but I was too scared to meet him?
Patrick Dempsey? No.
Yes. No, the fucking guy from New Girl.
He looks like Patrick Dempsey.
Like a bootleg Patrick Dempsey. Like a Patrick Dempsey trying to do a Boston accent. Alright, back to the show.
Yeah, so he loved performance. Don't we all when we're struggling in school? And, he was inspired by a Russian tightrope walker, and he took his first tightrope steps at 16 years old. And within a year, he had learned everything there was to know about tightroping. He could, like, somersault. He could, like, lay down. He could go backwards. Oh my God. He could do fucking everything.
I can't even balance on my own 2 feet, let alone a rope.
Yeah. Okay, so I had to do some digging. I didn't include it in my notes, but I had to figure out how fucking tightrope walking works. Because, like, you know, center of gravity, like, center of mass, all that shit, makes sense with the big pole thing. But he had a hand-built 26-foot pole that he used for all his tightrope walking endeavors.
So
26 feet long.
Yeah.
That's longer than 70 inches. Okay, so, long story short, they got, like, the center of gravity, but they also have to learn how to do their footing. And, like, so I read some, like, quotes from a tightrope instructor, and she said that she instructs people to, like, bend their knees and hold the bar low for, like, a low center of gravity, and as they start getting unbalanced, raise it.
That's what I'm picturing, like, the very minimal videos I've seen and knowledge that I have on tightrope walking. It's usually the people that are, like, they're, like, this, and they have the one leg, and they're, like, crouched like this, and then they're, like, so I've seen that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of, like, ice skating pose.
Yes. Got all the classic tightrope tricks down, and they're boring, ugly. His word, ugly. And he wanted to reinvent the art form. Okay. So he performed small shows for the next 6 years, and we'll get into more of what he was doing over the 6 years, until he did his first big public appearance at, I'm gonna fuck up saying this, Notre Dame de Paris. I'm trying to do it the right way. So for all you Americans out there, that's Notre Dame. That's the cathedral.
Go catch the game at Notre Dame.
Yeah. And that's the cathedral. I think it burnt down. Dude, anything Phillipe Petit,
it did.
Yeah,
it did.
Anything Phillipe Petit touches.
Yeah. Oh my god. Conspiracy.
We'll get into conspiracy theories later. All right. So he put up his tightrope between the two towers, and
was this his biggest trick? He was going, and then he was like, guys, I'm gonna do this, or was it just spontaneous?
So it was totally spontaneous. He was planning it, but no one knew about it.
Okay.
Because he secretly set up his tightrope wire because he was not allowed to be there,
of course,
and not allowed to tightrope there, and he said, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Where did he... So, okay. 2 questions. Where was he tightrope walking before that led him to go this big?
He had always seen... he'd always been like, oh, I want to put a rope between that and walk it. That was his...
thing?
Yeah.
He's like, I want to challenge myself. I want to do that.
Yes.
Now I want to do that. Okay. Second question. How high up did he go? And a follow-up question, how long of a distance is it? I need to know this.
We're getting there. I don't think I have the Notre Dame stats, but I do have a picture, so you can kind of see the scope.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
So this is Notre Dame. He's between the two towers of the Notre Dame. The cathedral. And so he secretly set up his wire across the towers and walked across in the morning.
We're talking about Notre Dame thing? Oh, I thought we were talking about Notre Dame.
No. The two
towers.
No, there are two towers between, it's the cathedral and then two towers. I'll show you a picture.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I'll just pull up the picture now.
Okay.
I gotta find it first, so it's just at the bottom.
I thought he tightrope walked the Twin Towers.
He did. I'm getting to that, dude.
Oh, okay.
This is the build-up. So...
Okay. Oh, hi, Phillipe.
Yeah, so... That's...
He has no harness, no nothing.
Nope. That was, his big shtick. Yeah. Didn't...
His big stick?
Yeah, his big stick!
No way!
But yeah, so this is the... Get over here.
Yeah.
So that's...
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him laying down on the wire.
Yeah.
Because he's crazy.
What year was this?
This was 1971.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's there laying down on the wire with a foot hanging off.
Bruh.
This guy's crazy.
He's barefoot to do this, right?
They've had, special, shoes.
Foot pads?
Yeah.
Things? Okay.
Oh, because I was gonna say about the tightropes. Tightropes fucking spin?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I've seen the videos.
I was I can tightrope.
No.
I was the best bitch at balance beam in gymnastics. I could learn. I couldn't do it right off the bat, but I could learn.
So you're gonna do this?
Not like he did. No, thank you. But I could do a couple feet up. But now that I know that they spin, maybe not, because that's no fun. I would eat shit.
All right, sorry, I'm getting you off track. So this is in 1971. He is gonna walk the Twin Towers of Notre Dame, not Twin Towers in New York, because I was confused.
Yes. So it's the two towers between the cathedral.
Yes.
That I just showed you.
Not the World Trade Center.
Correct. So he was arrested and charged with trespassing for a different cathedral walk in the U.S. later. But because now I don't know why I put this here for some fucking weird reason.
Because you have ADHD.
Yeah. But now he lives in New York and he is I have the cathedral name in here somewhere.
So, like, okay, can I ask, I'm sorry, this is an interruption. Does he make money off this? Like, is this his profession?
As much as a street performer can.
Because, like, what does he do? Like, does he have a day job?
I don't believe so.
Crazy. Economy.
Because he's he's the live-in artist at this cathedral these days.
Oh, okay.
So that's what he performs there. And
I got you. That makes sense.
Kind of
that makes more sense. I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah, he's not just like freelance. That'd
like,
be really tough.
Freelance tightroper. That's my band name.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So he got off on that other cathedral charge.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't know what happened at the end of Notre Dame. I don't know. He walked off, and he definitely got arrested, but he got out of it somehow. He always gets out of it.
It's art. That's how he gets out of it.
Literally.
I don't know.
Like, look in my eyes. So anyway, 2 years later, he performed again, secretly, across the Sydney Harbour Bridge in Australia.
Oh my god, this guy just travels the world in tightrope box? Okay, living the dream.
Yup. So he brought, because it's a bridge that is a road.
Oh.
So it goes up and it's got like all the lattice work, and then it's got 2 towers right at the beginning of it, and so he walked between that.
May I see a picture? Do you have
Yes.
it? We're gonna insert pictures for y'all.
Yes. So basically he walked, but traffic had to come to a stop for an hour.
Oh my god.
So let me pull up this picture.
He stopped the traffic.
So this is what the bridge looks like.
Imagine you're driving on your commute to work. Oh.
So he walked between those.
Bro, dude, how high up is that?
I do have stats on that, I believe.
So, I'm just thinking, like, you're driving to work and you look up and you're like, why is there so much traffic at this time of day?
All right, so you can see where he's walking. He's walking between those 2 towers there.
Holy crap! Holy crap!
Wild, absolutely absurd. So high up.
You look up and you just see a man
floating.
There,
literally.
Because you probably can't really see the tightrope that well.
He walked back and forth on that one 5 times.
Dude, like, I would do it once and be like, alright, God saved me. Like, I did, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would not be doing that again. I would not be risking that. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I made it across alive. Okay, you obviously researched this. So, how are they supported? Like, how are they I want to know, like...
I'm literally getting to that now.
Okay, good. I need to know this.
I couldn't get into all the details because then there are a lot of words that look the same but were different, and
Do you have his stats of, like, his height and weight, too? I'm just very curious, like, how much this holds. He's
definitely... Like, I wouldn't...
I mean, based on the picture, you can't be more than, like, 200 pounds.
Yeah, he's like, probably a good, like, 180, 190. And then maybe,
he's pretty tall looking.
Yeah, he's maybe, like...
5'11"?
Yeah, 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah. This is my estimate, of course.
But yeah, so tight ropes are held up by what could be called guide wires or guy wires.
Okay. And I've heard that, like, term in, like, hiking or something. Or not hiking, rock climbing.
Yes. So I'm like, that's 2 very similar words, and I'm not going to follow this. My head's in a whole different space. So I didn't go into it. But so basically, police showed up because there's a huge traffic jam. And Petit said, he was later interviewed, and he said, he said that he didn't think that they were there to help, like, if something went wrong.
They just wanted him to get down.
Yeah. They were just there, they didn't even want him to get down. They just wanted to get traffic moving.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you say that you would love to make it across alive, because Petit stopped performing only when he looked down to see police cutting the guy wires.
Oh my god.
While he was up on the tightrope.
So then he just walked across it 4 more times to be like, F you guys. Like, I'm gonna do this.
But you know...
That's crazy. Dude, imagine they cut him off and he fell however many feet.
Yeah, I definitely have that somewhere. I'm gonna regret leaving this. It's on here. Where the fuck is the Notre Dame stuff? Maybe not. Fuck me. Alright. Never mind.
Couldn't do a quick Google search. I'm curious.
Yeah. Don't look at the Twin Tower one, though.
Okay.
So that's gonna...
So... Sydney...
So I wrote about the police. I said, "Doubt what police do, though."
What is this one called? Sydney Bridge?
Sydney Harbour Bridge in Australia. I want to say that one was like 800 feet.
Oh. Me when I spell Phillipe with an F. Oh, look at him. Oh, that's not what I thought he looked like face-wise.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
He's a redhead.
Yeah, like, I was not... Like, I thought he was a blonde, based on the picture that I saw.
Oh, because it's 1970.
Right.
Well, now it's...
I mean, it didn't have to be in black and white.
I guess not.
Yeah, look at him.
I think they were probably from newspapers. Probably scanned in from old newspapers.
Alright, Phillipe Petit, blah, 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 was halted when police started cutting the ropes. Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. Oh my god, that's terrifying looking. This picture looks like he's just floating.
Literally. After that, he was doing some performances that didn't get him in trouble. But we're going back. So that was 1971 was Notre Dame. And 1973 was Australia.
Okay.
We're going back to 68. 68, Phillipe Petit is sitting at the dentist with a toothache.
Uh-oh.
Like we all do. He picks up this
was
magazine.
It 2:30? Sorry, that was a bad joke.
It probably was, honestly. So... So he had a toothache, and I wrote, "No dental insurance because he was an artist, and he went bankrupt because of a tooth." Oh. Just kidding, that's me.
Oh. Nah, sorry. Yeah, this was 68. Cost some pennies to fix that, right? Too.
So he's in the dentist office in Paris, and he's reading those magazines, the dentists have.
As you do.
As you do. The generic ones. And for some reason, in fucking Paris, there was an ad for the construction of the Twin Towers.
Oh?
That was built in phases. I didn't go too far into the building of it, but it seemed like it was discussed in 68 and then started in 70 and finished by...
Yes, I do. I know very minimal, but I was hyperfixated on 9/11 for a little bit on, like, just the whole idea of it. It's just crazy. So, yes, I do know that it was built in phases.
Yes. So there was a full page that was like, Twin Towers, hooray! And he was looking at this, and he mustered up a good old fake sneeze and ripped the page out under the sound of his sneeze and left. And so he said, he took off with the page, leaving his toothache to get handled another day. And he said, "But what was it to have a toothache for another week when what I had now was a dream, what I had now in my chest was a dream."
That is poetic.
Yeah. This man, I wrote somewhere in here that he might be a deity. Because just the words he says, you're like, how are you that eloquent, my guy? Like,
he's an artist.
He's an artist, but he's not an English major.
You don't know that.
I guess France is prettier anyway. They're more eloquent.
I don't know if maybe he went to college, he would have studied English. You don't know this.
This is true. I literally wrote, this man has some smackers as quotes, not gonna lie. He might have been Aristotle or something. Maybe just a good philosophy professor in a past life.
You never know. He could be, what's that philosopher? That guy.
And then I said, the difference between me and him, I would rip the page out of the magazine, but I've got a computer to go home to and Google stuff on. Petit would have almost 10 more years before computers were widely available, and he needed the info on the magazine page to complete his most daring stunt yet.
Crazy. Is this man still alive?
Yes. He's like 75.
So are we going to interview him?
I would fucking love to. Phillipe Petit, if you're seeing this, I'm sorry I mispronounced your name so many times, but I really think you're cool.
We want to hang out with you.
Low-key, yeah, I would love to. I think you're really cool.
So, yeah, we're getting him on the pod.
So yeah, so he packed up his stuff, moved to New York City.
Alright.
Like all the ladies do.
In New York.
Concrete jungle, wet dream, tomato. Yeah, so he moved to NYC, as all of us bad bitches do, to spy on the construction of this Twin Towers.
Of course.
That's the only reason you moved to New York, people.
Yeah.
So,
crazy. Having a dream that big that you move cross country.
Right? I wish I did.
Yeah. Wish I could afford to.
So, he kept the money flowing in by juggling on the street, and in the 6 years of planning, because this happened in 74, in the 6 years of planning, he performed the Notre Dame High Wire and the Bridge High Wire, which were both secret and technically illegal. He had 3 successful tightrope heists going on at the same time for years, and I can't even function at the base level of a human on most days.
Yeah.
He flew between countries to perform while planning these stunts, and I can't imagine, like, I go to work and forget what my house looks like. He traveled between countries and pulled off 3 secret high-wire stunts.
So, actually, you're right. He is a deity because he is immoral. Immortal. Not immoral.
He's very moral.
Yeah, that too.
So, you're gonna love this. He called the Twin Towers performance Le Coup.
Le coup.
Le Coup. So, we're just like him.
Yeah.
We started a coup.
Oh, yeah, we did. You actually did. You were the leader of that.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking awesome. I just got everyone to quit an ice cream shop because the manager was really mean.
Yeah.
And then tax evasion. But anyway,
Yeah.
I might have to bleep that. I didn't say who it was, though.
I don't know who we are.
Yeah, I'm Miranda Cosgrove.
I'm Sam Puckett.
Yeah, and I said, such a goddamn power move. Call what you're doing a coup before someone else can complain about your coup.
This is true.
That's what I was doing the whole time, though. Like, yeah.
Well, duh.
So he spent...
Bully yourself before you can get bullied.
Literally. Blaine built character.
Exactly.
He spent 6 whole years studying the construction of the Twin Towers as they were being built. He knew who worked there, how long it would take to build, and so many other little nuances that would make le coup go swimmingly.
So then, yeah, and then that, like, proves that he was, like, researching it for that. Like, instead of just his tightrope walking thing, he could be like, yeah, guys, I was doing this for XYZ.
So, this act would be dangerous. This would be one of the tallest high-wire performances ever done. And setup would be tough, as they weren't allowed to be doing this.
Does he hold the world record?
No. We'll get to that. We will fucking get to that, because it's bullshit. Anyway.
Okay.
So, they did, like... They knew everything, and so of course there were construction workers there all the fucking time, so it was super hard to sneak around, and then like you couldn't get in there at night because it was all locked up.
Did he wear like a construction outfit and pretend he was like working there?
He had buddies.
Oh.
He had a crew.
Buddies.
He had a heist team. This was Ocean 17, my guy.
Ocean 17. Ocean Man.
Take me by the hand. Yep. So, it's one of the tallest high-wire performances ever done, and the setup would be tough, and they weren't allowed to be doing it. The height of the wire on the Twin Towers was 1,312 feet. No harness.
And there's like I can't talk. Oh my god. There's like roads and stuff underneath it. And
it might just be footpaths.
I
do have a picture. We might be able to tell.
Even still, it's concrete.
Yeah.
Pavement.
Exactly.
Dude. It's not a net.
And it was 131 feet in length.
So what the?
Let's not forget
How insane do you have to be be like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that.
Right? And don't forget that the towers are so tall that once you get up high enough, they start to sway due to the wind.
Don't forget the towers are so tall enough that a plane crashed through them.
So, from a cohort who had a helicopter, he got
just
aerial...
had a helicopter.
Yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
He got aerial photos, so he could, like, plan stuff out really good.
This man is, like, actually, like...
He's a genius.
Yeah, he planned
He had
this.
other people pose as construction workers. This is important. He did not pose as a construction worker.
Oh, so he couldn't get in trouble.
He gave them fake IDs. Like, full set.
This was a full-on heist.
The Ocean 17, my guy.
Holy crap, dude. He said, I need to make art and it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. And so they wanted to gain access to the roof. So they told security, all the little construction workers were like, hey, security. Yeah, so we have to build an electric fence on the roof. We're just, like, gonna go up there now.
Build an electric fence on the roof. How believable is that?
Right? And I said, I'm sorry, are you stupid? Like,
what do you mean?
Like,
what do you mean?
like, why would, like, okay, for, like, safety, but why would it be electric? Because if you get electrocuted, then you'll fall over. Why would you build an electric fence on top of a building?
You wouldn't. That was a dumb.
It's so funny that the security guards fell for that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
they probably didn't care.
The date neared closer. And Petit finally made his appearance as a news reporter.
Oh.
Wanting to interview the construction workers.
I see. So he had a camera crew and everything?
I honestly don't know. I think he was just
I
think he was like a newspaper reporter.
Okay, well, I mean, like, because did someone, like, who else took pictures? These are just, like, media pictures from people on the streets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and other people, like, you know, in the sky, because they sent out helicopters to
right,
be like, get the fuck out of here, idiot.
Yeah, I guess, for news, yeah.
So, so he wanted to interview the construction workers.
Okay.
Who the fuck is interviewing construction workers about an electric fence on the roof?
No, I think he's interviewing them because of building the Twin Towers. No?
Yeah, but he wants to go specifically to the roof. No, he's going to the roof to scope things out. He's not just spying on the Twin Towers anymore. It's very close to the date.
Yes, but that would be a valid excuse to be like, oh, like...
Yeah, but why would you talk to the people on the roof? Wouldn't you talk to the people, like, in the offices?
Not necessarily.
I don't know. I think it would be weird.
I agree it would be weird, but, like, I feel like he could pull it off if he had said something different than what he had said, is what I'm saying.
Certainly. But yeah. Yes. But, like, I don't think that that's a very plot... Like, I just think it's kind of like, you're interviewing the guys on the roof? Why? Wouldn't you interview the ground team? Like, the building coordinator? I don't know. Anyway.
They got away with it the first time, saying they were building an electric fence up there.
Yeah.
So...
And, like, they could go back for multiple days. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, wild. Okay.
They just did not care.
Gets better. This big dumb dummy that they gave a security badge to. He was so dumb.
Oh my god.
Then he was like, oh, this is me paraphrasing. Oh, you're headed up to the roof? Let me just, like, help you with this service elevator here. And, like, you've got so much equipment. Let me help you with that. Oh, you want me to leave it here? Under the stairs? That's a little weird, but, like, you're the boss, Mr. Reporter. What'd you say your name was again? Hugh Wire? Put her there. I don't know if that was his real name, but I thought it was really funny. Okay. But,
I'm just like, what if this whole time the security guy was actually in on it? And
he did have really one person in the building, an inside guy, but he worked in the offices.
Oh. That's crazy. Well, did he, like, pay these people to do this? That's, like, I'm just thinking, like, that's crazy that he was just like, you're gonna go do my dirty work and go have fun. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so crazy. The whole team is there.
Imagine having enough people to tell to go do that, actually.
Imagine having friends.
Right.
So the whole team is in, but now for the hard part. You're in one tower, and you got a string of wire between the two.
Yeah, so it's someone...
How do you do it?
So, okay.
Cue Linda's voice. Oh, is this a brain teaser? I love brain teasers. I would use a frosting bag. Did I get it right?
So you throw it and hope it makes it. No, there's gotta be someone on the other end. There's gotta be some sort of something that they, like, fish it through, like a sturdier, like, pipe thing or something. They're like, and then they feed it through. I don't know, dude. I have no idea how this works.
This is happening in...
The helicopter does it. I I don't know, dude. I literally don't
This
know.
is happening with people around them, too.
Right.
I think it was, like, late at night,
but
I don't think...
Like, a crane for building the Twin Towers, I think? Dude, it's gonna be something so stupid. They're gonna be like, yeah, he walked it over there. He literally walked it over and did this. What did he do?
How do you get
I don't
one
know!
thing from one place to the other? A bow and arrow, naturally.
That was...
A bow and arrow, naturally.
Where did you just acquire a bow and arrow?
Yeah, you can buy them. Especially in 74. Yeah.
Dude,
my mom went to the fucking Home Depot and bought a bow and arrow for my 16th birthday. No, 13th.
This is why you are the way that you are.
But bow and arrow.
Okay, so, like, you're what are the odds that what if it didn't get in there? What if the person didn't catch it? What? I have so many, my brain hurts.
Well, you'll find out.
Oh my god. Yeah, it didn't work and someone died.
So, when the 450-pound cable succumbed to gravity, like we all do from time to time, it missed the mark just a little bit.
Yeah.
And had to be hoisted up manually. I don't totally know what that entails, but, I assume there was some sort of, rope system that, they had,
thing,
it sunk down and hit somewhere lower, so they had to, tie a rope to it and kind of,
pull it
shimmy it up.
That's insane. That's
This is why we need to talk to Phillipe.
Phillipe, get on here. I need to know. I have so many questions.
So many questions,
dude. These questions that I'm asking into the void of Maddie. It's not helping.
I only know so much.
I need real.
I only studied for 9 hours.
I need real encounter with this man, and I need to feel the emotion behind it through his voice.
Mm-hmm. So the next morning, just before 8 a.m., on August 7th, 1974. Petit set out to do what was 6 years in the making. He walked, danced, juggled, laid down on the rope, kneeled, and waved to onlookers as the crowds of NYC stared, their morning routines frozen by the man hovering between the two towers.
I think I would shit my pants if I looked down at the people down there. I think I would shit my pants being on the roof at safety. I don't even think I could go. Was it just what's replacing the Twin Towers now? It's just called the World Trade Center?
There's nothing there.
Yeah, not there, but the
the tallest building would be Empire State Building.
Is that? No, I feel like there's one taller, is there not?
Not in the US, I don't think.
Oh, well, whatever.
Not one notable. I mean, Space Needle?
I don't know. I don't know, but what I was getting at is I couldn't even climb those or go on the elevators in those and look through the top of that. I couldn't even imagine,
whenever I went to the top of the Empire State Building once, and I was very young.
Is that really the tallest one? I feel like there was something else.
My mom just looked at me, and I was like, what if I just, threw something off the edge? And she just looked at me, and she was like, if you threw a penny off the edge, it would land on top of someone's head and go straight through their skull, because it would gain so much speed going through the air.
No, it is called One World Trade Center. The tallest building in New York.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. It's newer. It's, within the last, I would say, 20 years.
Damn.
At least. Probably sooner than that.
They had to put the 1 in there.
Well, yes. The one and only.
Big oof.
Yeah. Oopsie.
One of the twins got moidled. But anyway.
Ashley, Kate, and Mary Olsen? That's not their names.
Yeah, that one. So, American police are much different than their Australian counterparts.
I would assume so.
They know that in 50 years, some lame-o is going to be writing a podcast about some idiot who broke the law. So, American police don't cut guide wires and threaten you with death because your art piece was disrupting traffic. They just threatened him with being plucked off the rope by a helicopter. They were like, yeah, we're just going to bring a helicopter in and just pluck you off the rope. Sure. How the fuck are they going to do that? What are they going to lasso him?
Dude, it's going to be like 22 Jump Street. They're going to have to hang up, and then they're just going to...
That's exactly
throw
what
a grenade.
Is. My foot is falling asleep. I'm struggling.
Don't allow that.
Alright. So yeah. And Petit, due to rain and a little bit of guilt, He left the tightrope after 45 minutes, and this is alleged. 8 passes back and forth the 131-foot long high wire.
So, like, how long is that? Like, just if I were to walk that, like, just on the street, how long is that? Like miles.
I mean, miles? Well, a mile is 5,280 feet.
Oh, so then not even a mile.
Yeah.
So, like, literally a quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
Not much.
Maybe half a football field.
Okay.
Maybe a little more than that.
Because, like, I'm just thinking, like, he's got what?
Because I'm trying to think in, like, yards. Because, like...
Yes, that's
like, so it's almost, like,
meant,
900 feet. So that would be 100 yards? No.
I don't know yards.
300? 300 feet would be 10 yards. So 900 feet would be 30 yards.
That's about a quarter of a football field, right? Or a third of a football field?
I think I'm wrong. No.
The math.
No, wait. 300 feet would be...
I'm Googling it. Where's my phone? I lost it.
Would be 100 yards? Because a yard is 3 feet.
I don't know. We're going to cut this part out.
So wait, 100 feet?
Dumb.
No, we're keeping this because I'm trying to figure it out. Alright, so it's just the 3-to-1 ratio. Shut the fuck up! It's a 3-to-1 ratio here. We got 300 feet is 100 yards. So multiply that by 3 is 300 yards. So 3 football fields.
A football field's only 100 yards?
Is it?
You tell me I don't watch sports ball.
I don't play football.
I don't either, dude.
It's fine.
Hey,
People
Siri.
will yell at us.
How long is a football field?
I found one option.
Bitch.
High school football field on Old
We don't want to go to a football field.
miles to your north.
No. Hey, Siri. How long is a football field? 300 feet is a football field.
300 feet.
How?
So it's 3 football fields.
Okay. After we figured this out 20 minutes later.
It's 3 football fields.
I
You
still
walked
can't
3
really-
football fields.
I still really can't grasp that because I've never been on a football field. But
You're fucking lying, dude. You've never been on a football field? Never, ever, ever. You were on the fucking football field at Salem State
we
for
don't
graduation.
That's not a football field.
What the fuck is it then?
It's a soccer field.
Oh,
We don't have a
shut
football
up.
team.
You're right.
That's
Forgot
why-
that we went to a shitty college.
Yeah, and my high school didn't have a football team either.
Yeah, so...
I've never been on a football field, guys. Wow. Holy fuck. I'm a loser.
Yeah, you are. Fucking dweeb. Alright, so he surrendered to the police once he was like, I feel a little guilty about this. They were waiting for him on the inside, and he was arrested for being a bad bitch and a literal icon. Those were his official charges.
Would we make a fake thing with the thing?
Please.
Fuck.
I need that as a bumper sticker. Okay. He surrendered. Nope, I already said that. He surrendered to the police. He was charged with, actually,
Bad bitch.
disorderly conduct as well as criminal trespassing.
Okay.
Now, this is a little crazy. The DA, the district attorney at the time, Richard
Bumpilio.
Koo, K-U-H, Koo,
Oh, cool.
Koo, something like that. Cuckoo,
Wait, what was it? How do you spell it?
K-U-H,
Kuh.
Kuh.
I don't know.
We'll call him K.
Mr. K. D-A-K.
Dak. So this district attorney dropped all charges in exchange for a free show for kids in Central Park.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Now, my first thought was, who in our justice system is this kind-hearted?
Right, yes.
And why aren't they further in our justice system?
They died.
Fun fact, the typical district attorney term in New York is 4 years. But Koo was K, Mr. K, Special K, ketamine, was only district attorney for 8 months.
They did not like him.
No.
They definitely were like, you're too generous. Get out of here.
He was the administrative assistant to the DA, and then the DA had a stroke and resigned.
Oh my god.
Didn't still alive? Well, I don't know if he's still alive, but was still alive, but just resigned. And so he took over.
He probably
took
got a
over.
stroke from the stress of the job.
That's exactly what I fucking wrote. So,
dude, and that just reminded me of The Office, where Dwight's like, the assistant to the general manager.
yes.
Whatever. He's assistant general manager. The assistant to the general manager.
So, the 8 months that Kay was in the DA chair perfectly coincided with Petit's, this is where I started calling it, the Heist Wire.
The Heist Wire.
I think that should be the name of the episode.
Yes.
If someone else has had that position, Petit might have had to serve time or face other consequences. And can you just imagine, you're just an admin assistant doing his job, and, like, one day you go into work, and, like, the company says, good news and bad news. You got the promotion, that you might not want, but, like, it's yours now, so take it.
Good luck.
But yeah, you got it because the other DA kind of had a stroke. It wasn't because of stress. It definitely wasn't. You'll do great. Bye.
Yep. Kind of sounds like me.
Kind of sounds like every fucking job these days.
Yep.
So, anyway. Petit had been arrested over 500 times in his total, like, escapades.
500?
500. And he never served... He never served time.
Dude, that's...
aside from the few days he was stuck after the World Trade Center.
That's once a day for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. Most of that
like,
was juggling on a street in Paris.
I was just going to say, were they like misdemeanors, kind of?
Yeah.
Juggling without a permit, did you say?
Yeah. Juggling Without a Permit is my band name, guys.
That's a crime. That's a real crime.
I'm just thinking about the Elmo that didn't have a permit when we were in Salem that one year. It was when I was in high school, but there, and he got chased away by police. Poor Elmo. Anyway, he was just a dancing Elmo. He was living the dream. So
it wasn't Sesame Street though. So
no. But he was only ever held in custody and not even like charged with anything after his Twin Towers walk.
Because he was just so cool. They were like,
he was a bad bitch and a literal icon.
They were like, you're good.
And so he performed his free show in Central Park, and he went fucking above and beyond.
Of course he did, because he's awesome.
So, his free show, which I kind of hate that I wrote that so many times. It sounds kind of icky. His free show was over the... Exactly!
Sorry, my brain did not catch that one.
So the show he performed was over Belvedere Lake, which is now known as Turtle Pond.
Where is this? In Central Park?
Yeah. It's his wire was 80 feet up and 600 feet long.
Alright.
And the wire had a 30-degree angle of ascent. So he was going upwards.
Oh my god.
Like I'll put like a 30-degree angle on the screen. I'm gonna guess it's like there.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Alright. So that made it extra dangerous.
Yeah.
And there were 3 orange-suited lifeguards waited to the side because Petit did not know how to swim.
Oh my god, dude. Of course not.
So one of these lifeguards said because the lake was only 6 feet deep, drowning was not much of their concern.
Yeah.
But,
well,
I mean, if he's 5'11", maybe.
Well, I'm thinking, like, if he had fell on impact and, like, all the water got into his lungs somehow, like, it's possible.
Well, if he fell, he would most likely be killed by the layers of broken glass at the bottom of the lake.
Why is there broken glass at the bottom of this lake?
Because it's New York in the 70s.
Yeah, you're right.
New York City!
New York.
So yeah, it seems to have been cleaned since. It's now Turtle Pond, so turtles are there, I assume. I believe I read something about turtles being there.
Maybe now.
And after his show was complete over at Turtle Pond, it was like a huge success. And like his sentencing was totally complete. Port Authority, who was in charge of building the Twin Towers, gave gave him a lifetime pass to the observation deck of the Twin Towers. Womp womp.
They said, you can go see it whenever you want. Well, now you can't. Womp womp.
That's why I said womp womp.
Oh. Never mind.
So
sorry, I'm just slow.
So
I just thought... Never mind.
He autographed one of the steel beams from where he climbed out on.
So Phillipe Petit's actually the reason 9/11 happened.
Yeah, because the Sharpie wore down that one particular steel
Yeah.
beam just over time. Over 30 years.
Well,
over
no, he wanted to put his
27
name
years.
on it, and then he was like, fuck, I didn't want my name on it, so it's gotta go.
It was destroyed in 9/11.
Really?
That
one didn't
and he's
survive?
also, this is kind of fucking weird, but he's included in the 9/11 memorial.
Huh?
Where the North Tower is.
What do you...
Like, so there's Battery Park. I'm pulling from my 5th grade trip to New York right now. There's Battery Park.
Oh, well, that's how you found out about him, right.
And no, I had heard about him in school.
Yeah.
But I don't remember seeing him in the memorial.
Oh.
But in 5th grade, my mom took us to Battery Park. We went to New York for Christmas.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, it was pretty lucky. And I don't even remember, like, planning that trip. We just kind of, like,
on a whim.
started going on a train. I was like, okay. I just remember I was really mad because I couldn't participate in the book swap at school because I would be gone for the half day.
Oh.
I was very upset. I wanted a book. I got no book.
No book for you.
Anyway. Yeah, so he's included in, like, so it's Battery Park, and then there's, like, a memorial where...
his name's in it? Like, or, like, there's a statue of him or something?
So it's, like, you can go into where the North Tower once was.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's, like, a building, or maybe it's just, like, outside, and it's just, like, plaques and stuff.
Okay.
But he's got a whole blurb about him.
Oh.
Maybe a couple plaques.
Dang.
But I just, like, it's not weird, because it's, like, history, but, like, I think it's a little weird.
Yeah, just because he obviously didn't die in the tragedy.
Right? And so, although people asked, he never commented on his feelings that day, because he said that he knew, like, paraphrased, he knew there was more tragedy afoot than just losing the location he performed his stunt at.
Right.
Like, he was
obviously.
like, it doesn't matter what I think, because there are so many other people hurting right now, like, I don't want to bring any attention to me.
Like, yeah, it's an amazing feat that he did this, but obviously that...
Right? And I think the best thing is, like, he never sought fame, because he thought about doing the Grand Canyon at one point.
I was gonna say, if he had sought fame, I would know about him.
Right?
The Grand Canyon, from where point to what other point? The whole...
Just across. Like, so you take a part of the gorge
I was
and
gonna
you just
say,
go
no,
across.
he's just gonna do the whole entire
Yeah,
Grand
just the
Canyon.
whole, what is it, like, a couple 100 miles?
Yep.
So, alright.
He's gonna do the length of it, the longest part of it.
So, he was also credited in the moment in 1974 with bringing much needed attention to the Twin Towers and their construction, as they were slightly controversial. They were very difficult to rent out as office space. And I feel like that's...
I just completely zoned out. I'm so sorry.
I love that.
I was thinking about the Grand Canyon, how I've never been, and I want to go.
I want to go to the Grand Canyon.
Alright, next year.
So he was credited with bringing much needed attention to the Twin Towers, because they were a slightly controversial project.
For what?
And they were very difficult to rent out. Well, because people were like, oh, well, we don't need these tall buildings, like, blah, blah, blah. All this, like, there's a lot of different reasons people were like, we could spend this money elsewhere, like...
Yeah.
Every reason someone's mad that people are spending a shitload of money on building a building.
Yes.
So currently, I already said this, but he lives in New York City as a cathedral live-in artist, and he's still performing. To this day.
In New York?
Yeah.
So we're going?
Yes. So
But I figured he'd be, like, retired in France or something.
No, he
How
still
old is
performs
he?
to this day. He's 75.
He tightrope walks.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah. Wait for it.
Bro. Now I really
did I
need
show
him.
you the pictures from the Twin Towers?
No.
Yeah, so these...
Yeah. Holy
So
shit.
Twin Tower, just for frame of reference.
Holy
That's
fucking
him up
shit.
at the top.
Bro! Absolutely fucking not.
Wow.
Absolutely fucking not. Is that to balance the stick?
Yes, that's their center of gravity thingy. He was asked to walk. He was asked, so it wasn't illegal. He was asked to walk the Eiffel Tower for the 200th anniversary of the French Revolution. I couldn't find the stats for, like, the length and the height, but I did get a picture.
I definitely don't think it's as tall as the Twin Towers. Like
It's not as tall, but you'll look at it and you'll be like, what the fuck? He also recreated the first tightrope walk across Niagara Falls for a movie in 1986.
What?
But it was a recreation, and he only walked 45 feet on a wire held by 2 cranes on a Niagara riverbank. And everyone was fucking mad about it. And it's like, okay, but it's also for a movie. Like, but yeah, and then he followed the Ringling Brothers Circus and fell.
Oh, yep.
Fell once from 45 feet and broke a couple ribs.
Oh no!
But it was in a practice run of the circus, so he says it doesn't count. He's still never fallen off the tightrope.
All right.
I love this man.
That's a way to put it.
So recently, in August of 2024. For the 50th anniversary, Petit put on a show called Towering, a 19-act show inside of St. John's Cathedral that he's the living artist at. He was joined by Sting, Petit's longtime friend. I could not find how they met, but they're buddies.
They're the fucking lead singer of Sting and the fucking drummer or some shit was probably like, yo, look at this guy. And they're like us, and they're just geeking out, and they're like, dude, he is so cool, we need to be friends with him, and then they just like ran into him in New York.
Hopefully.
That's definitely what happened. So, are the band people from Sting still alive? Are we gonna interview them too?
Yes.
Okay.
Band
people.
So Sting played songs with lyrics that coincided with the aerial beauty of Petit's performance. There was a lot of like I don't know if these are exact lyrics, but like walking on air and stuff like that, and floating and.
So they made a song based on his performance.
Allegedly, Sting did write a song about him. I saw that in one source.
They were in love with him.
They were definitely fucking gay. But you didn't hear it from me.
I burped.
That's hot. So, although he might be the most, like, famous high-wire walker to, like, people, like, maybe my mom's age, he focuses on the thrill of the performance instead of breaking records and gaining fame.
So more like that other, not Houdini, the other guy, David Blaine.
Yeah. And he said, at one point, he thought about walking the Grand Canyon, but found it too boring, ugly, and desolate.
Boring? What do you mean boring?
Right? He didn't tightrope walk to break records or to be a dot on the skyline. And then later he's like, I do kind of wish I did that. Like, that would have been cool. And he does do it, eventually.
Man's an icon.
So alright. So that's pretty much all I have on Phillipe Petit.
Phillipe Petit. I don't know what we're at for... Oh, my God.
So this was his signed photo from his walk on Niagara.
Oh, my... I was like, wait. Oh my God, that picture is a trip, like, visually, because I'm like, wait, I thought he was, like, on an edge of something, and I was like, why is that there? But he's in the sky.
Yeah. And then this is his...
I thought he was just going across in there. I was like,
I thought the same thing.
That's not really that exciting if he's done the Twin Towers. So, where's it?
It's like a tree or something, I don't know. It's anchored to something.
Okay.
But, yeah. Okay, and then you can see that picture.
Oh, okay.
Because that's not Phillipe Petit.
Oh, no, Phillipe.
Alright. So, the first person to ever walk a tightrope, super high up, super crazy, was Charles Blondin.
Sorry.
Another French acrobat.
Say his actual last name, please.
Charles Blondin. He was another French acrobat, and he walked the Niagara Gorge 1,100 feet high in the mid-1800s.
These people just did not care about death.
Yep. And listen to this. Who is the highest world record holder for the highest tightrope walk?
It's not Phillipe Petit?
No. It is Freddie Knock.
Because I know who that is.
It's between 2 mountaintops. And the total height from sea level was 11,670 feet. But wait for it. While the total height from the ground was around 1,000 meters. which I should have...
Converted.
Yeah, I should have converted that. But that's fine, because meters are slightly bigger than feet. But...
I don't know.
It's not 11,000 fucking... It's not that tall. It's not that fucking tall.
Oh.
He walked a total of 347 meters, like, lengthwise.
Okay.
Between the mountaintops.
Okay.
And then there's another guy, Nick Wandella. Sorry, I keep looking at the camera and I just want to make sure it's, like, not dead or running out of space. We're good, though. So Nick Wandella, who comes from a long line of acrobats, dating back to the 1780s, is the self-proclaimed king of the high wire, which I don't believe. I think
Phillipe Petit.
I think Phillipe Petit is sick as fuck.
Living on a
But
high
he walked
wire.
Niagara Falls multiple times, and he was the first person to walk the Grand Canyon.
Well, I'm just thinking of that song from Lemonade Mouth. Living on a high wire.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it. Sorry.
After walking Niagara Falls multiple times, he proclaims himself the king of the high wire. And his first walk, which was like the first like televised one, they made ABC, who was televising it, made him tethered to the rope to avoid any live broadcast injuries. Naturally.
Yes.
He wanted to go tetherless and said, worst case scenario, I sit down on the wire and a helicopter picks me up. And maybe it's just my anxiety, but like, that is not the worst case scenario.
Yeah. Like, but I get what he means, like, in retrospect of the art of doing it.
Right? But like, worst case scenario, you swim it.
Worst case scenario, you die, bro.
Yeah, you die from impact. And your lifeless body is swimming.
And you're dead, bro.
So yeah. He also, he completed the feat of walking the Grand Canyon without a harness over 1,500 feet above the ground.
You couldn't pay me $1 million to do this.
And he was part of the first tightrope human pyramid in 2001.
Huh?
So I have a picture of this because I was like, how does that even work? So
He's in the Tightrope Society.
So that's...
Oh,
that's
is that
him
a chair?
and his friend, like, not his friends, his family, who are
His
all
family?
acrobats. Yeah. They're all acrobats.
What?
And, this is not the 2001 one. There was no pictures of that. I couldn't fucking find it.
If that's the first
But-
one ever, it's like
Right,
so
you'd think it was
memorial.
2001. Like, are you kidding me?
People had cameras.
Literally. And
People
so,
like-
yeah.
Never mind.
So yeah, so that they like that's the idea that it's 2 people or 3 people holding.
Is there more?
Don't zoom out. You can't see the bottom.
Oh, is there
No,
more?
there's not. There. That's the
Okay.
whole thing. So yeah. It's like 2 people hold another
Tightrope.
bar, or tightrope or whatever, and then the other person stands on top of that, and then yeah. So yeah, fucking crazy.
Yep.
So I have a couple quotes from Phillipe that I just think
Makes him more
it's
of an
great.
icon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said this is the part that I said quotes from Petit that I think mean he's a deity. It's from an interview with Psych Today. And he was asked, "Would you describe your personality as bold?" And he said, "I would not describe my personality."
Sure.
He said, "I think when you describe people, you are making a mistake. That's not how they are. That's how you perceive them at that moment. It's limiting in front of something that is magnificent and unlimited. Life." It just, the way he speaks is crazy. Because, okay, he says, "Death frames the high wire, but I don't see myself as taking risks. I do all of the preparations that a non-death seeker would do. The World Trade Center walk was crazy, though. I was lucky. It was terrifying. Still, I grabbed the balancing pole, not with the feeling of a man who is about to die."
Interesting.
The interviewer asked, "How you felt immense happiness when it was over. How long did that joy last?" And he says, "It's still with me today when I recall what I did. But it was also ephemeral. Just after the walk, I was in different jails, and then I was in the claws of the press. The sentence of court was to do a performance, and I transformed it into a giant event in Central Park. I was working day and night to set it up. I was not sitting down and enjoying the joy that I tasted between the towers." He was asked, do you ever just relax? I don't understand the concept of vacation. When people say, relax, it's almost an insult to me. If I were on the beach, I would lie in the sun, but after a few minutes, I would start building sandcastles with the kids, or fighting the waves, or looking for shells. But I am passionate about some activities which are very calming. I am an 18th century post and beam carpenter. When I was working with tools that are not powered by electricity, I have to be really focused. It's a dialogue between the wood and me, with no noise in between.
Like tightrope walk when TikTok was a thing. Hey guys, just on the Twin Tower, tightrope walking right now. Post up.
His pole is a selfie stick?
Yes. Oh my god, yes. He's got 2 cameras on either side. They're GoPros on either side.
Yes.
And he's like, yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? And he's just like, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. So, petition to get him to GoPro his next, like, big thing. I can't believe he's still doing it at 70-something.
Right, and this was post World Trade Center 9/11, I believe, because he was asked, what would you like to see happen at the World Trade Center site? And he said, I think they should rebuild it exactly the same, or maybe even a little bit higher, as a rebellion against doom.
Okay. Okay, Icon. So, just so he can outdo himself again.
Literally.
That's what he's gonna get a better bow and arrow.
Yeah. He's gonna get a crossbow.
Yes.
So we've been talking about 9/11 a lot.
Mm-hmm. How long has this podcast been?
Too long. It doesn't matter. We're wrapping up because I got like 2 more pictures to show you.
Okay.
And you're gonna shit your fucking pants, dude.
Okay. I
So,
haven't already?
So this is the first picture. So I'm thinking about ads in magazines that Phillipe Petit would have seen in this dentist office. So I went to look it up, and I couldn't find the specific one. I couldn't find any in French. So I assumed that I couldn't find the specific one that I was looking for. And this was one from, I forget, somewhere not in North or South America, in another continent. I want to say it was like India, maybe?
Okay.
But I can't promise that. So this was before the fall of the Twin Towers. This was in hype for it.
Oh, I have seen this. I actually have seen that ad. Yes. There was we watched this the other night. You were there when we watched.
Yeah, no, the JetBlue one.
Yes.
That was so funny.
There was a commercial from like, I don't know, probably early 2001, like 2000, and it's a JetBlue commercial of like, it's like listing all the things, like the new things that they have in there. There's like now Wi-Fi and TVs in the planes now. It's like all new stuff because it was the 21st century, and it pans through the window of the plane, and you just see the Twin Towers while you're driving, like in the plane. It's
But this one's even better. I looked up Twin Towers advertisements.
Oh,
Don't do it, because you'll get shit like Candace and Squidward, baby.
Oh.
No, just kidding. This is a little less bad than like a deep fried edited meme that you could find
Deep
online.
fried edited meme. I haven't heard that sentence in a good year and a half.
So
Deep fried.
this is so fucked up. It was an ad for the observatory.
Oh no. The closest some of us will ever get to heaven. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That, like, they definitely erased that from history after the fact. Like, whoever was, like, the marketer that was like, yeah, I'm gonna put this in a magazine.
The closest some of us will ever get to heaven.
Oh my god.
Like, first of all,
Just
who
looking at
puts that in an ad? First of all, who's like, y'all aren't getting in heaven?
No, I think it's more of just the awe of how tall it is. I think that's
but still, you should have someone like checking and being like, this could be.
What year? This was 70 something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they ever really thought of it. I mean, obviously they didn't think of it in relation to 9/11, but that's insane.
I feel like, especially in like the 70s.
I think I have seen this actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, because it's actually horrendous.
Fucking wild. I feel like in the 70s it would be even more like, don't take God's name in vain.
Oh no.
Like, it wasn't the 50s, but not everyone was a hippie. They told me that I would be a trashy hippie at work the other day. They were like, yeah, you'd be a trashy hippie, and I don't know how I feel about that.
I feel like I would be like, the cottagecore grandma hippie type of
Yeah.
like, I'd be like, here's your weed cookies. I'd bake all the weed cookies. I do all of that. I'm the trip sitter mom.
I'm a mess at work, so they call me Hurricane Maddie.
Mm.
It's a fun one. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, that just reminded me of this TikTok, and it's pretty popular, and maybe I showed it to you, or maybe you've seen it. But it's like this girl.
You've seen a TikTok?
Probably made its way to Reels by now.
Facebook Reels, everybody.
But basically, it's like this girl, and she's like, I wonder what song. I actually think came up on my feed today, or yesterday, but it's like this girl, and she's like, what songs do you think played on 9/11? And then it's this guy, and he like stitches it. He's like, actually, a better question is what songs were banned on 9/12. And it's like, couldn't play, like, I can't even think.
Learning to Fly by the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, see, you do know this.
Yeah,
video.
Fly by Sugar Ray.
Yes. Yeah. Like, just so funny.
I Believe I Can Fly.
Yes. Oh my god, then there's this other meme. Okay, this like POV. It's September 12th, 2001. Your baby can't eat. Do you do Here Comes the Airplane?
I saw that one. That was
so,
awful.
Yeah. So
just horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotta love 911. That's why they named it 911. That's why you call 911. Because it's 9/11.
Yes, you're right. But what happens to the other one? 2001. Why didn't they do it in 2000? That always confuses me. Like, why didn't they do it in the
because
zero?
They'd hate us.
Yeah.
They said fuck the neurodivergence.
Yeah, actually, fuck everyone who was born in 01.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Our birth year is tainted.
You're tainted. Yeah. Do you have any ending remarks on Phillipe?
Phillipe, please come talk to us. I would love to interview you.
I think we should go hunt him down. Go to New York and...
With a bow and arrow?
Yes. With a tightrope. I'll tightrope to New York.
Yes. Tightrope all the way to New York.
Yes. I'll beat his world record.
Naturally. Whenever I think of tightroping, especially over Niagara Falls, I think of going over a barrel in Niagara Falls, and that's going to be... Have you never heard of that?
What? Yes, actually I have.
Okay, good.
Yes, I have.
Because that's going to be another pod topic.
But no, I have, yes.
But yeah, so this has been InfoDump.
It has been. We've dumped on your info. We've dumped it out. Yeah. Check us out. Links in bio, guys.
Yeah, we don't really remember the things. They're like InfoDump pod, maybe.
Our Gmail is at info... No, it's at idumppod. Sorry. idumppod@gmail.com.
Yes, idump.